Y'all ready to get into it? If you got your biblioteca, open up to John chapter 11 with me. We are continuing our journey through the book of John. We're journeying through it. We're chapter 11. We are more than halfway there. We are going to start off in verse 1. So John chapter 11, verse 1. For those of y'all who are taking notes, I got a title for you. Dun, dun, dun. Verse 1. The title is, But Why? ... No question mark. But why? ... Ellipsis. So, y'all ready to get into it? Y'all there? John chapter 11, verse 1. Y'all there? Verse 1, it says, Now a man named Lazarus was sick. He was from Bethany, the village of Mary and his sister, and her sister, Martha. This Mary, whose brother Lazarus now lay sick, was the same one who poured the perfume on the Lord and wiped his feet with her hair. So that's just giving context to who this Mary and Martha is. So the sister sent word to Jesus, Lord, the one you love is sick. When he heard this, Jesus said, this sickness will not end in death. No, it is for God's glory, so that God's Son may be glorified through it. Now, Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. So he heard that Lazarus was sick. He stayed where he was 2 more days. And then he said to his disciples, let us go back to Judea. Okay. Key detail. Jesus waited how many days? 2 days. All right. Now, we're gonna jump a little bit. Y'all ready to do this with me? Okay. We're going to verse 17, okay? We're going to drop down a little bit. All right, verse 17 says, on his arrival, Jesus found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb for how many days? 4 days. Now, Bethany was less than 2 miles from Jerusalem, and many Jews had come to Martha and Mary to comfort them in the loss of their brother. So when Martha heard Jesus was coming, she went out to meet him, but Mary stayed home. Pause. So, let's recap and put things into perspective. Mary and Martha's brother's sick. Like, I'm not talking about, oh, he's got the sniffles. It's like, homie's about to die. And they know, right, because they had been around Jesus, they had seen his miracles, and they'd heard of his miracles. And they're like, I know somebody who can heal my brother. All right, let's send word. We need to get Jesus, and he needs to come back because he needs to heal our brother, okay? Jesus waits 2 days, comes. When he finally gets to where Lazarus and his sisters are, he had been dead for 4 days. I want you to put yourself in Lazarus's shoes. You're sick, you're laying in bed. There's one person that you know. Like, I know this guy can heal me. This guy who claims to be the Son of God, in which I had seen miracles happen. I know he can come and he can heal me. Put yourself in his shoes. No one here knows what death is like, right? That's weird. No one here's died? Cool? Good. Good. I'm glad she's back. Imagine, it's like, I know for a fact, every single one of us, we've had that moment where we've prayed and we've asked the Lord for something and he didn't deliver. How we thought he should have delivered, right? Right? We've prayed for something and it didn't happen. Okay? Now put yourself in Lazarus' shoes. And you die. Like, I'm not talking about like, oh, like I'm talking about like you sick and die. Now put yourself in his sister's shoes, Mary and Martha. Same situation. They know Jesus can heal. They know what he can do. They've seen the miracles that he could perform. They ask, well, you need to come back. You need to save our brother. Our brother is sick. The one you love, Jesus. The one you love, he is sick. And guess what? Jesus shows up 4 days after he dies. if you put yourself in Mary and Martha's shoes, how are y'all acting towards Jesus when he gets there? Probably not too happy, yeah? Jesus, we know that you can do this, but yet you didn't come and do it. I'd be mad. What about y'all? So just sit in that moment where you're just so disappointed. Some of y'all, when I say to sit in that moment, your brain immediately goes to, yeah, that one thing that I prayed the Lord didn't ever deliver on. That one thing I prayed for, that one time asking him for this one thing and he didn't deliver. I want you to sit there and I want you to think of this. Okay? Now we're gonna read through verse 21. Okay? It says, Lord, Martha said to Jesus, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. I need y'all to get this with me, okay? Verse 22. It says, but I know that even now God will give you whatever you ask. Y'all, I would not be saying that to Jesus. In my flesh, I'd be like, dude, you should have been here. I'm going to make it real personal to me. Jesus, where were you when my wife, she lost her job? Hey, Jesus, where were you when that person started saying horrible things to me? When I was in college, my freshman year, I had to straight up, I can't use the words that I would like to use to describe these people because I don't say these words, right? But there were some bad people in my life that were tearing me down every second. And you know what I would do? I would literally leave them and I would go and I would sit outside and I'd go, Lord, I promise, if I will do anything for you if you would just take these people away from me or take me away from these people. And I would sit there on nights where they were just being terrible. They were making fun of me because I was overweight. They were making fun of me because of all sorts of things. I'm talking about things that you just don't make fun of people for. And they're making fun of me for it. And I'm outside going, Lord, where are you? Didn't you know? Jesus, you said that you love me, but yet you're not taking care of me. Jesus, you're supposed to be taking care of me. You're the one who says that he loves me, but yet you didn't do anything. And I'm sitting there and I'm having these honest conversations with Jesus. And I'm like, dude, what is going on? And then I read this story here with Lazarus, and I'm like, and his sister, and she goes, but I know that even now God will give you whatever you ask. I want to take us back up to verse 4. In verse 4, it says, when he had heard this, Jesus said, this sickness will not end in death. No, it is for the glory. It's for God's glory so that God's Son may be glorified through it. Now, y'all ready? We're going to fast forward again. Y'all cool with that? Fast forward with me to John 11, verse 38. Verse 38 says, Jesus, once more deeply moved, came to the tomb. It was a cave with a stone laid across the entrance. Take away the stone, he said. But Lord, said Martha, the sister of the dead man, by this time there's a bad odor, for he has been there 4 days. Then Jesus said, I did not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory. Did I not? Sorry, I read that incorrectly. Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God? So they took away the stone. Then Jesus looked up and said, Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I knew that you always hear me, but I said this for the benefit of the people standing here, that they may believe that you sent me. When he had said this, Jesus called in a loud voice, Lazarus, come out. The dead man came out, his hands and feet wrapped in strips of linen and cloth around his face. Jesus said to them, take off his grave clothes and let him go. Let me ask you this. If Lazarus hadn't died, do you think Jesus would have been able to perform that miracle? No. Mm-mm. Do you think Jesus was actually late? No. He's late by earthly standards, right? Like, we asked you to come and heal him when he was sick. Now he's dead. What's up, dude? We've seen you heal the sick. We've never seen you raise the dead before. What's going on? Can I submit something to y'all tonight? And this is not an easy concept. I know a lot of people that are 3 times your age that haven't even that can't comprehend this concept. And I'm about to submit to you guys. Y'all ready? What if the thing that you're going through, that hardship, that suffering, whatever it is, you know it more than I do, obviously, right? What if that is ultimately going to be what brings God glory? And let me ask you this. Are you okay with that? Are you okay that your suffering and your hardship would bring him glory? Like, are you okay with that? The devil tries so hard to jack with us, doesn't he? Think about Job. Job went through all of that because this devil went to God and was like, I bet I can make him fall. And God said, try it. And look at all the stuff that he went through. And then guess what happened after he went through all of that? He was given, I think, 3 times as much. 10-fold. There we go. Even better. I want to submit this to you guys today. And this is a hard concept. Again, I want to just submit it to you guys. Y'all can take it if you want to. You don't have to. I just want to submit it. We get to suffer for God. Like, we have the privilege to suffer for him. Like, that's a privilege we have. And newsflash, if you continue to keep following Jesus, you will suffer. Like, Jesus, you're telling me that I'm going to be able to suffer for you? Like, you're telling me that through my suffering, you will be glorified? Oh, me all day, do it. I don't care. Take everything away. I'm cool with it. Take it all away, Jesus. Take it. Take all of it. I don't need anything. You've given me so much. And I'm going to tell you this, you will not be okay with suffering until you know exactly how much Jesus gave to just be in relationship with you. You won't understand how great it is to suffer until you realize everything Jesus gave for you. Man, can I just submit to you that maybe the hardship you're going through is supposed to bring God glory, and the people around you are going to come to Jesus because of it? And if you're like, I don't know about this whole thing, that's a totally valid answer. I don't know, I just don't know, my relationship isn't quite there with Jesus, I don't know yet. I feel like I haven't maybe encountered him, or I feel like I'm just beginning to develop a relationship with him. And if that's where you're at, awesome, great. If the decision, I'm ready to suffer for him, if that's not you yet, and you're like, I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out, that's awesome. And that's not to say that, oh, you're in the wrong because of that. No. Continue to keep figuring Jesus out. Continue to keep pursuing him. Continue to keep developing a relationship with him. Please continue to keep doing that. You don't have to be there right now where you're like, I'm ready to suffer for him. No. You don't have to be there right now, okay? I'm not trying to be super dogmatic when I say that. Spend your time to get to know who Jesus is. Please get to know him before you try to start doing some of those things.